Welcome back to Star Trek Online, everybody. I am your host, the Housecoat Gamer. Remember when I said I wasn't doing the vault? I wasn't kidding. Mine enemy time.
Intelligence has decoded the list of Riemann targets that you recovered from the vault. I want you to infiltrate one of these targets and determine why Bortasqu would attack it. The Vahar system is still technically part of the Romulan Star Empire, but Ferengi speculators have moved in, and the Empress has done nothing to remove them. The big-eared little money grubbers have reopened their minds and are now doing business with anyone with platinum. You will go to the Vahar system under the pretense of negotiating a trade deal for the Empire. Talk to Madron, the operator of the mines. Convince him to allow you access. Find out all you can. Once we know why Bortasqu and the Riemanns are targeting these mines, then we will know how to proceed.
I'm gonna be using the Bortasqu for a little bit. This is one of the few Klingon ships that hasn't gotten legendary status, but I suspect it will in the near future. After all, it is a Klingon flagship. Now, let's see what the moons have to say to me.
Melanie Dion and her minions may have sworn fealty to the Klingon Empire, but we did not. I will leave for no one. We now are be destroyed.
I am not amused. All right. That would have gone a lot faster if I used attack pattern Beta 1.
This moon is private property. No solicitors, beggars, or Klingons allowed.
Yes, they should, considering I can just, bomb them from orbit. I mean, this is a super dreadnought, which entitles you to a small amount of respect.
Hello, my good friends. I'm so happy to meet you. Perhaps you are in the market for some high-quality magnesite? We have the finest ore in the quadrant. On behalf of the miners and residents here, I'm more than happy to welcome you to our home. Please transport to the surface.
Done.
Unfortunately, the large amounts of extremely pure magnesite ore in the core of our little world will interfere with your sensors. For safety reasons, I must insist that you use the transporter signal enhancers that I have installed at my own expense. Also, I know Klingons are fond of their battle parties, but could you please restrict the number of crew you bring down to the surface? My people here aren't used to strangers, and you wouldn't want to disrupt their work, would you?
Not really. I'm gonna bring the Gorn with me for safety reasons. Why is it always random? Why can't I just beam in at the same place, walk there, and be done with it? It's always random, every time I beam down here. It gets a bit annoying at times. Speaking of annoying, hello, Madron.
On behalf of everyone on this forsaken rock, let me be the first to welcome you to Hathara. As you can see, we don't have time for pleasantries, and I'm not sharing my Tranya stash with you. So, why don't we skip the chit-chat and get down to business?
Yes.
Unfortunately, I cannot call this mine my own. I'm just a middleman. Out of the goodness of my heart, I help the residents here pass on the products of their hard work to commercial entities such as yourself. The minuscule transaction fee and trade tariff I keep to offset my expenses is figured into the unit cost of the ore. My operation has become one of the best in the area because of the high demand for my services from both sides. I provide the best mining equipment and supplies in the sector to the miners, while my customers get competitive pricing on the ore they need.
Translation: he gouges his workers, he gouges his customers. Typical Ferengi.
I don't pay much attention to that. Miners have empty carts and they return with ones filled with ore. If you're that interested, you could visit the mines themselves, but I don't recommend it. It's such a dirty, disagreeable business. And I'm convinced that breathing ore dust for too long is terrible for you. The miners who live near my quarters used to keep me up night after night with their dreadful coughing. I had to install soundproofing just to get some sleep. Are you sure you wouldn't rather look at the ore I have for sale?
I have to talk to the miners.
Really? Suit yourself. Just remember, I have an exclusive contract to export magnesite ore from this moon. If you try to cut me out of your deals, you'll regret it.
You see, I don't care about your deals. In fact, I'll be fumigating the mine in a few minutes. And yes, I know, I'm tactical, so it's going to be working out pretty much the same way.
I can't talk to you. I can't talk to anyone. I'm on the run. And if those thugs see me talking to you, then you'll be in danger too. I need someone who's not afraid of a fight. There's a group here that's beating and stealing from us. Madron doesn't do anything to stop it. For all I know, he's getting a cut of everything they take. They're making life miserable for all of us. Would you be willing to help?
It would be dishonorable not to.
There's a group of bullies that have been stealing from us. If we don't give them what they want, they beat us. I had a friend. All he was trying to do here was feed his family. Be a good man. He had an old bottle of ale. He said it was from the homeworld. One of those thugs wanted it. Now, my friend is dead. I'm too weak to stop them, I know that. And now I have my friend's children to feed in addition to my own. But if someone were to teach them a lesson, this camp would be a better place for all of us.
Yes, it would. Well, time for a bit of casual slaughter. Yeah, I know. That's a bit of an oxymoron, isn't it? Casual. There's nothing casual about it. That said, there is nothing like killing Tal Shiar to make one feel better. And oh boy, do I enjoy killing Tal Shiar. Hey, you got in the way. Ooh. Oops. Far too easy. Or far too easy. Yeah, I know. That's cringeworthy.
Thank you. Those guys have been giving everyone a lot of trouble. These thugs are part of a larger group that operates deep inside the magnesite mine. They control the lower levels, and no one who goes down there uninvited ever comes back. I don't know what's so important down there that's worth hurting us to protect it. Maybe if you went down there, you could get some answers.
I fully intend to go down there. After putting a disruptor bolter fight through Modron's skull.
You want to go in the mine? Are you really interested in buying any magnesite? Or are you just here to cause trouble? Because if it's the last one, I know someplace you can start a little ruckus. There's a gang that controls the bottom levels of the mine. They won't even let me in there. Previously, I allowed them to keep their little kingdom in exchange for information. But lately, they've been more trouble than they're worth. And the intel they're feeding me is useless. Honestly, who doesn't know about the Breen invasion of the fairy space?
Huh. Oh well. Hello, my pretties. I hope you're ready for a little bit of Klingon. Oh god, that just sounds wrong. Now, speaking of which, join my army of the Borg. You have no choice. You work for me now. Come on. Come on. Why do these drones always have to walk at such a slow pace? Come on. You can tell I'm a little bit annoyed at this. Come on, let's get you some new friends. Join the army of the freaking Borg. Join the army. Not like I'm giving you a choice. Join the army. Alright. Aha! I outsmarted it! That or I'm just very good at timing.
I give orders here, Commander. You are out of line.
With all due respect, sir, there is a difference between protecting the Empire from her enemies and provoking
There is
them.
much here you do not understand, Jack. The Remans need to know their place, as do you. I will not forget your insubordination, Commander. The Tal Shiar has no place for officers who cannot follow orders. I'll be in the command center.
Colonel, they were civilians. Their blood is on our hands.
Get used to it. There will be more. Speaking of which, why don't you clean out the brig before you become a resident there?
Akiv gets uglier every time I see him. Oh well, let's go meet a Horda. Because I like Hortas. Hortas are nice. I mean, they're super friendly. As long as you stay the hell away from their eggs, in which case, Hey, buddy! Hi! Nice to meet ya. He looks so cute. I know, they're literally living rocks, but there's something cute about them. Just the way they move around. Alrighty then. Holy crap.
I almost feel sorry for you, but I have my own neck to work about. I'll be joining you in there soon enough. If Hakeeb has his way, we all will.
It's gonna suck to be her in a minute. Hello, Janek. I want you to say hello to my little friends. They've been so wanting to get to know you.
Enough! I surrender. I value my life more than the Tal Shiar's secrets. I'll tell you anything you want to know. But first, you must tell me why you are here and what you want.
The Remans want to blow the place up.
The Remans know about this base? Impossible! Only the leadership of the Tal Shiar know we're here. The Empress herself couldn't find us. I don't believe you, but it makes no difference. This is not a military installation. We listen and record here. Nothing more. There are many targets that those Reman scum would find much more tempting.
Yeah, I don't believe you, but then again, I'm Klingon.
Are you sure you want to end things like this?
Oh, yes. Where the hell did that come from? Somebody's gonna be having a little bit of pain in a minute. Now. Hello. You died. I think I'm, buddy. That wasn't gonna help. If anything, it was just gonna make me mad. No, come on.
How did you find this place? What else do you know? No matter. You won't be revealing anything to your superiors. It's disappointing I cannot give you a proper interrogation. But I have much to do and little time. The self-destruct sequence has begun. This base will be your tomb.
Not likely. After all, you set it to essentially 2 hours to explode. The Horda will be fine. And since I made friends with the Horda, it'll dig me out. Yeah, this kind of reminds me of Alien Out of the Shadows. Except there's no xenomorphs trying to murder me. Did I just hear hissing? Okay, I'm gone. Fumigated. Now, oh, Madren, I believe you and I are about to have a discussion. I missed.
My mind! What have you done to my mind?
There was a devastating infestation of Tal Shiar down there. I had to fumigate.
Tal Shiar? I'm shocked. I had no idea. I certainly wouldn't have sent you down there if you... Say, you didn't happen to find anything valuable down there, did you? Because if you did, remember, I have an exclusive contract.
Madren.
And what's it to you? This is a rough area of the quadrant, you know, and they're good neighbors. If you're not easily embarrassed, their cameras and listening devices are everywhere. I haven't had a single problem with Orions or Herodians since they moved in. And it doesn't hurt that I acquired the odd bit of information here and there. I'm a businessman, and information is big business. Unfortunately, no. I'll admit, I was trying to find out, but their systems were locked down tight. I'm sure whatever it was had to be big news. Everyone was on edge. Janik and Hakiv were barely speaking, and I once heard Hakiv mumbling something about orders. Someone's been pulling his strings, but I don't know who. I do know that Tal Shiar takes security very seriously. If you manage to pull any files from their system, you can expect them to be heavily encoded. Trust me on that. I speak from experience. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go talk 100 Romulans into digging a new mine to replace the one you destroyed. My profit margin for this month is ruined.
Treat those miners well, or I'll be back. And I will not be nice about it. Alright, to my ready room. Which is really rather Spartan. Yeah, we need more bridges for the Klingons. Now, I know some of you would probably want me to explain this whole thing, but really, it's just faster for me to do this. Precedence, analyze file structure, referendum, Vulcan, reciprocity, apply passkeys. We're going to attack the Dara system. That's all you need to know.
Bortasqu is justified in his anger. The Tal Shiar records you recovered from their listening post indicate that they have been tormenting the Remans for months. Their bases have been attacked, their ships destroyed, and their families killed or imprisoned. There is no more honorable reason to pick up a blade than to defend your home and family. However, Bortasqu was willing to use Thaleron weapons to destroy a handful of Tal Shiar operatives. Using a hammer to swat a globfly is not the warrior's way. It is madness.
Housecoat Gaming, signing off.